Please welcome Benoit, the God of War, Sir Denis.
Phil, I'm of French extraction, so I can say it. Some detractors refer to the French as cheese-eating surrender monkeys, but this man is not a cheese-eating surrender monkey. This man is the God of War. Tell us why they call him that.
I'm just gonna take a minute to get over cheese-eating surrender monkey. Oh, sacre bleu. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Benoit, God of War, Saint-Denis, representing Venom Training Center in Paris, France. A southpaw who brings with him a 4-0-1 no contest professional record, undefeated in the professional ranks. His last fight against Paolo Koenig was deemed a no contest due to an illegal headbutt, but before that, he had 4 wins via way of submission, an armbar, a rear naked choke, a guillotine, and a technical submission due to guillotine. 3 of those finishes coming in the very first round. An incredibly strong wrestler with intelligent offensive grappling. He sets up those clinches with real solid fundamental boxing, 1-2s, 1-2 hooks. Very smart to close the distance. It must be said, he only turned pro in February of 2019. That's 11 months ago. He's taking on a man who turned pro in May of 2017 and has 14 times more experience in the cage. Benoit Saint-Denis is, of course, a former French Special Forces soldier. Therefore, he will not be fazed by the prospect of taking on Ivica Truscek.
And speaking of former soldiers,
the Marine himself, the Marine captain, the captain of our ship, Mr. Carlos Kramer.
And let's welcome his opponent into the cage. From Zagreb, Croatia, put your hands together for Ivica Truscek.
Phil, this fight is brought to us by OKEX NR1 Cryptocurrency Exchange. Again, that's OKEX NR1 Cryptocurrency Exchange. What can you tell us about Ivica Truscek?
I can tell you that you are looking at a bona fide veteran of European mixed martial arts, representing American top team Zagreb, Croatia. This man has a, wait for it, brace yourself, 38 wins and 34 losses record. Now let me just repeat that. He has 38 wins against 34 losses. This is his 73rd professional mixed martial arts bout. What's even more impressive than those numbers are his finishing rate. 35 total finishes. 23 by way of KO or TKO, 12 by way of submission. 24 finishes coming in the very first round. Roughly that translates into a finishing rate of approximately 92% in bouts that he has won. Wildly unorthodox striking style, almost like a drunken monkey. It's very hard for his competitors, for his opponents, to try and get a read on it, because I don't think they can get a read on what Ivica is trying to do if Ivica doesn't fully know himself. Ivica Truscek is, of course, the current WFC welterweight champion. This is, of course, a non-title bout, as we have one of the best from WFC fighting one of the best from Brave Combat Federation. Yes, that partnership may just be going out the window for 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action. International bragging rights at stake here at Brave Combat Federation 34, WFC 24.
Phil, I did some quick math, and I believe this man has more fights than the entire rest of the main card combined. It's an absolutely extraordinary number. It's an extraordinary amount of experience that he brings up against the young God of War.
Speaking of a man with exponential experience inside the cage, you know him, you love him, the roaring lion of Brave, Mr. Carlos Kramer.
Ljubljana, you have been incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. This battle is brought to you by OKEX, your #1 cryptocurrency exchange. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4 wins, no losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs already 77.3 kilograms. Representing Venom Training Center and fighting out of Paris, France, put your hands together for Benoit, God of War, Denis. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 38 wins and 34 losses. He stands 171 centimeters tall and weighs already 77.3 kilograms. Representing American top team, Zagreb, and fighting out of Zagreb, Croatia. Put your hands together for Ivica Truscek. For referee instructions, Simone Espinola.
This is the common event. Be fair, fight hard, listen on my time to my corners, protect yourself. If I say stop, you stop. If you want to go, do it now. Go back to you.
Referee Largent in charge. God of War, Benoit Saint-Denis, been identified as possibly the next big thing in mixed martial arts. He's got to prove it in now.
Real interesting bout and prospect. You can see that head movement. Takedown denied, beautiful sprawl, but both these guys are dry right now. How much of a coup would it be if Ivica Truscek can get the submission on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt, the submission specialist that is Benoit Saint-Denis. Abandons it rightly to get back up.
Beautiful transition to standing. Gonna get to see a different aspect of these fighters' game. How do they do chest to chest up against the cage?
Benoit Saint-Denis trying to implement a little bit of that judo black belt game that he has. And on the takedown, good work, trying to control the hips of Ivica Truscek.
Phil, France is, of course, a world powerhouse in judo. Judo, I think, doesn't get the respect it deserves in mixed martial arts. God of War may foresee issue.
Has that wrist control with 1 hook in. A little bit cheeky, had his toes in the fence there. Referee didn't spot it. But again, right back in on the takedown. May look to just suck out the hips there of Ivica Truscek.
Phil, I was very impressed. That back take did not work. Perfect transition to stay on top. Seeing possible attempt at a leg shelf.
Just trying to triangle those legs, as you say, elevate them.
In order to be standing, Phil, you got to have your head over your shoulders, over your hips, over your feet. If you can keep the feet above the hips.
Just as we're seeing here, good work, very intelligent from Benoit Saint-Denis. Just taking his time, methodically working, not expending any unnecessary energy.
Very hard to keep that position, that shelf, but you can often get a few shots into the face while it happens.
On the back of Truscek, but doesn't have the hooks in. Truscek just trying to shrug him off.
What?
1 hook in from Benoit Saint-Denis.
What is Benoit going to transition to when he loses the back? That's the question.
Potentially we may have seen him go for the armbar, but then just
in
seamlessly.
On the single.
That is seamless wrestling from the judo black belt. The undefeated prospect now, again, just taking his time. Only 5 fights deep in his mixed martial arts career, this being his 6th. Showing some veteran savvy and calm in there against the 73-fight veteran that is Ivica Truscek.
Phil, I am extremely impressed with the God of War. It's not that everything he's doing is working, it's that when it doesn't work, he bails and maintains top control. Very, very hard to do in those micro scrambles.
May slide through into mount, there it is.
Got that left foot waiting to hook under the calf, there it goes.
Well, may have the rear naked choke, but Ivica doing the right thing by trying to turn in. Nice work by the veteran. Has to be wary of the armbar. Look out for the sweep. Maybe in on a leg. May switch to the heel hook. Ivica happy just to land strikes, but needs to be very careful here. Good work.
Beautiful transitions, in on the heel.
It's a little bit of a 50-50 position now. Both men fighting for a leg.
Oh, terror in on the leg.
Truscek trying to get in on that heel. It looks just past the point. It looks like it's just popped out, but I'm sure that that's taken its toll on Benoit Saint-Denis, trying to spin out of it.
Legs are laced. Benoit looking for a toe hold, looking for a knee bar.
bar. There's the top!
And he got it!
Beautiful first round submission from the God of War. Transition seamlessly into the knee bar. What awareness from the prospect.
Absolutely fantastic mixed martial arts. Doesn't work, doesn't care. Find something else. Doesn't work, doesn't care. Find something else, and it works. Rips that knee apart. Benoit Saint-Denis, the God of War.
Benoit Saint-Denis got involved in a little bit of a 50-50 position. The God of War said no more, took the knee, took the win. First round submission in the bank.
Phil, that man's using universal language to show he wants that belt. He's got the French tricolore over his shoulders. We're gonna have something official. We're gonna have an interview in just a little bit. Right now, Benoit Saint-Denis sporting one of our sponsors, Monster Energy Drink. It gives you energy. It tastes great. Why wouldn't you? Benoit Saint-Denis embracing his opponent once again, showing the characteristic respect that we very nearly always see in the Brave Cage. And speaking of a man I respect, Carlos Kramer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible finish to that fight. This comes to an end at 3 minutes and 39 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by knee bar, Benoit